Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 269 was certainly an enthralling one, and it's safe to say that it was one of the most intriguing chapters that we got in a while. Despite that, Gege continued to that. He still can write a world full of many mysteries and intriguing plot points, and JJK Chapter 269 touched upon all of them, along with explaining how Yuta survived the battle against Sukuna in the first place. The biggest talking point in JJK Chapter 269 was Yuta's survival. It was clarified that Yuta had essentially jumped back to his main body, all thanks to Rika. Essentially, once Yuta lost control over the copy technique in Gojo's body, he collapsed. Meanwhile, Rika was consistently using reverse-cursed technique on Yuta's original body and acting as an anchor to keep him alive in the real world. Meanwhile, when the technique returned to Yuta, he was able to swap once again and this time return to his real body. Because Rika was keeping him connected to the real world, Yuta did not die and was essentially able to go back to his main body without many repercussions. There has been no indication of whether Gojo is dead or has returned, but according to my speculation, Gojo's return's chance increases after Yuta came back to his original body, as in the last two chapters, he will surely return. JJK Chapter 269 also focused on different sorcerers explaining why they could have done much better, and how the battle against Sukuna would have ended much sooner and easier if they had taken a certain path. Of course, at the end of the day, none of it matters. Whatever happened, the sorcerers were lucky that they got off as easy as they did, and that they suffered as few casualties as they did. Above all, the sorcerers were lucky that they had Gojo on their side, who had permanently nerfed Sukuna with his incredible powers. The most intriguing part of JJK Chapter 269 came through Kusakabe and Mei. These two characters talked about the new shadow style and the restrictions that were placed on it over the years. Essentially, the new shadow style could not be taught to other people, and this was because it was monopolized by certain people. The person who invented the new shadow style did not wish for it to be learned by curse users. Because of that, this was a tightly kept secret. However, generations later, things changed, and the new shadow style was taught to others in exchange of valuable things. When a new order was introduced, the leader of the new shadow style essentially took lifespan from people in exchange for having them make binding vows to learn the simple domain. At the same time, those who became disciples of the new shadow style could not reject a summon from the leader of the new shadow style. The lifespan that they took from the disciples added to their own, and essentially kept on making them live longer and making them stronger. If, through some means, the leader of the new shadow style died, another from within the ranks rose to be the new leader, but no one truly knew who this person was. This is what kept the new shadow style a secret over the years. Now, the new leader of the new shadow style is Kusakabe, and this was all made possible thanks to Mei. It was she who located the current leader of the new shadow style, thanks to Tengen. Tengen proved to be very valuable, and their knowledge helped Mei track down the current leader, and eventually, she got rid of her life. Now that the mantle has fallen on Kusakabe, all the restrictions on the new shadow style have been removed, which is why characters such as Yuji, along with others, were able to learn it without much trouble. Without Kusakabe and Mei's cooperation, things would not have gone as easy and smoothly. JJK Chapter 269 gave fans a lot of hope when it revealed all the information about the new shadow style, and at the same time, it also shared some bits of info about the three great families as well. In the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, we know that there exist three powerful families. These are the Zenin family, the Kamo family, and the Gojo family. Clearly, all knows that the Zenin family has essentially been ruined due to Maki's indiscriminate massacre. Meanwhile, JJK Chapter 269 implied that the Gojo and the Kamo family could see their ruin come as well. With Gojo having died, this essentially means that the Gojo family is now in danger, but we do not know the specifics about the Kamo family right now. But based on what Mei said, this family might be in danger as well. It has also been implied that the Gojo and the Kamo family might go to war with each other, destroying each other. However, it is difficult to ascertain. After considering all of this, JJK Chapter 269 hints towards the sequel of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, its true JJK sequel is possible we can't know too much about. It's as we only predict. Regardless of it, what we know is that this is something that the author can base Part 2 of JJK on. There's certainly a lot of material left for a sequel to Jujutsu Kaisen, and hopefully the author at some point later down the line decides to go ahead with the sequel, take the characters that he has, and explore them even further. There could be bigger and more major threats, and even if there aren't, the world itself is incredibly exciting and good enough for the story to continue.